Seriously. Hi, my name is Richard Majewski, and welcome to another edition of Take 10. Take 10 is a service department, corporate housing, and global mobility podcast where we seek to offer insights based on informal chat and icebreaker questions to get to know the guests a little better, and followed by a summary of the guest's business so that you can examine potential collaboration. So, without further ado, let's meet today's guest. Hi, Joe. Thank you very much for your time and agreeing to come on to Take 10. Really appreciate it because I know that you are so busy. So, over to you for an introduction.
No problem, Richard. Hi, everyone. My name is Jo Webb, and I am head of ORBIrelo. I have been in the service accommodation industry for 8 years, maybe 9. I don't know, can't really remember. On property side is where I started, so it's property operators, and now with ORBIrelo, I'm more on the kind of booking agent side.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Actually, you're looking far too healthy. I'm looking at myself. I look like,
Got to get
I don't
tan.
know.
You need a holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's right. I'm jealous. Yeah. So you ready for the icebreaker questions?
As ready as I'll ever be. Yeah, go for it.
Uh, exactly. Yeah. That's well said. So first question: what would you prefer, British summertime or European time? Joking. I'm joking, Joe. It's just
Oh, yeah, that was a hard one. I was like, oh, I'm quite patriotic, but
yeah. No, it's yeah. So we'll move on after that one. Walking on an escalator or standing on what do you tend to do when you're on an escalator in the tube?
oh, I'm a
Stand.
stander. Yeah,
Do you?
yeah. I'm sorry. Like
Absolutely.
it depends. If I'm running for a train, then I'm a runner. Like I never just walk up them. So I'm either a stander or a runner. There's no in between.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone that I've asked says that, and yet I never stand on an escalator. Almost never. About
Yeah.
5% of the time.
I use it to
Yeah,
check
crazy.
messages.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Could be that kind of thing. Yeah. Gosh, don't remind me. I was at an airport recently, and there was a student of student age in front of me, literally standing on one of those escalators, moving flat. I couldn't get past, and she was just looking at her phone.
But yeah,
Oh,
you've got
don't
to.
remind me.
Those
Um,
pesky students. They're just.
it's dreadful. Jogging or hiking? Do you do either of them? I can't say I do either anymore, but do you do either of those?
Certainly not jogging. The only time you'll ever see me run is for last orders at the bar. But hiking, yes, I do. I hike a lot with Yoda, obviously my dog knows Spaniel.
Exactly. Yeah. So you go on long walks with
Yeah.
Yoda. Yeah. All right. Nice one. Um, less active, perhaps. This next question: art gallery or history museum, if either.
It depends which one's got the closest pub, I would probably say.
I was gonna say depends which one's got the bar. Yeah. Good grief! This conversation is developing an absolute trend here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I like a bit of sightseeing on holiday, but not a whole day, I would say.
So say that again, Joe, because it didn't actually come through to you on that. Say that one again.
I like a little bit of sightseeing on holidays, but not,
Yeah.
a full day.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. Here's one. A little bit of, no pun intended. Loaded question. A loaded question. I was going to say, but there's no pun intended. Emptying the dishwasher or loading the dishwasher.
Well, Robert does both, so yeah, not really sure. Loading, actually, I find fun. Dishwasher Tetris can be, a challenge sometimes, which is fun. So I
Right.
definitely say loading more than
Yeah, that was the correct. But that was the correct answer, actually. Did you know that was going to be the correct answer or not? Is it
Yeah, I just
that
did that.
Robert does well? No. Okay. Yeah, it was. Small gathering or a party?
Oh, a party, always.
A party, really?
Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting.
more the merrier.
Party. Is that right? Yeah, no, I definitely fall into the small gathering one, really.
Yeah.
Parties, all those things, even at Sabbaths and any event, because I can't project my voice at all, no one can hear me. So so I prefer somewhere where I can actually speak. Couple more questions only. Are you a routine person or random in terms of the work?
Oh, I would say both. I would say I'm kind of 50-50. I do have certain routines, but my life is organized chaos. It's probably how I would describe
And absolutely, it
it.
does make absolute sense that, yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of people have said, you know, based on a routine, you can afford to be random. Um, you can't do it the other way. Yeah, well, I do, but yeah, not sure it's worked.
which
Um,
is
last question: comedy or drama?
comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You should put true crime in there. True crime all the way.
Crime.
True crime. Yeah. I am one of those
Yeah.
girls. The true crime podcasts, documentaries, that is it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, I don't even think of podcasts, ironically. Um, I'm just, yeah, I know, crazy. Oh, right. Okay. Well, no, thank you for all of that. And I hope that the viewers feel they know you a bit more. Certainly they know that they need to get around. You, they'll get the round in immediately if they see you coming see you coming up the escalator. Um,
Yeah, that's
But yeah, over to you though, please, to tell us about Relo and everything else that you're involved in, please.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks, Richard. So ORBIrelo is a part of Ariosi, which is a wider company part of the Habicus Group. And within that, you also have the likes of SilverDoor, which many people know, and Domestay. But ORBIrelo specifically is a multi-agent aggregator platform for temporary housing, specifically at the moment, for relocation management companies. So basically, we take out all of the admin that the relocation management company consultants may have to do when they are booking temporary housing, service accommodation, corporate housing for their clients. We also utilize global agents instead of contracting properties direct. And that just means that we can tap into their networks and their, property provider kind of relationships without kind of having to do that and then consolidate all of that data for the consultants to kind of send it back. So yeah, and it's all based on a tech platform. So it's all kind of powered by technology, super powered by humans. Is our actual tagline. So yeah, amazing team behind me, which is fantastic.
Amazing, all that technology. So it's predominantly the RMCs, or do you also connect with the the travel management companies as well?
Not at the moment. We were specifically kind of built for relocation management companies, so the RMCs, hence the
Right.
name. However, watch this space. We are looking to.
Right. Oh, okay.
It
Ah,
is
okay.
definitely something that can, tap into the TMC
Yeah.
market and anyone that would just, really get ROI from utilizing an aggregator instead of having to do everything themselves.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's global, is it? So the properties that you list are global. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And the RMCs are global as well, presumably, because I mean it's a platform, right? So yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fascinating. Gosh,
Yeah, we've
yeah,
got a team
amazing.
based in the UK and a team based out in Singapore that deals with
Oh,
APAC.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you. And yeah, we're talking about relocation. Did you want to mention the association ARP?
Yeah. So, yeah, I was going to say in my spare time, which which isn't too much at the moment. I am a member of the ARP, which is the Association of Relocation Professionals, and I am honoured to chair their Communication and Events Committee. So the ARP itself is an association that is specifically for UK-based relocation companies and suppliers within that industry. So they've been going for nearly 40 years. So it's their 40th anniversary next year. And the aim of it is to better serve their members, which are, people in the industry, in the UK, and that's through lobbying government to get better terms, conditions. But even actually, one thing that I've learned from being involved with ARP is you can't actually register on Companies House as a relocation management company. It's not a thing. So a lot of home finders, relo management, they're all under like HR services or real estate and stuff like that, which doesn't really say what their actual business is doing. So a lot of the lobbying from ARP is based around that to get it recognised as an actual industry. There's been some figures saying that it brings £8 billion into the UK per year. So it's not a small amount of money into our economy. So
what was that? What was the figure again, please?
£8 billion a year.
8 billion. Wow.
Yeah. If you kind of add up everything, like all the supply chain and everything that takes for a relocation. Also, some of the benefits to relocate to the UK are quite subpar compared to Europe, like some countries in Europe that offer. So if we want to attract talent, to come into our workforce, then taxes need to be better, kind of the housing requirements and all requirements need to just be looked at a little bit more.
100%. I mean, that's such worthwhile work that's being done there. You mentioned that at the 8 billion for, as a figure for relocation, and then throwing into all of this mix regulation and how important it is for the government to get it right as to what, on the accommodation side, because of the cost of failed relocations to the economy. It is so important. It's not, it's not just a roof over a head and a service that's being offered. It's, so important to the economy, and so that it's done correctly from the government down, really, isn't it? Oh, fabulous. Excellent. I will be definitely watching that space. And you're also part of the company is also includes Ariosi and the global GSA, Global Service Apartment Industry Report, which I think that you're assisting with to some extent. Did you want to speak about that a little, please?
Yeah, of course. So my third hat is Ariosi. So Ariosi does training, consultants, and insights. It's kind of aimed at the service department world, but again, we're kind of growing that. So a lot of the training now is, generic customer service training, psychological kind of understanding people training. So it can kind of go to more sectors within our industry rather than just service accommodation. But a part of the insights pillar is GSA. So GSA is a global report that we publish every year. And it's meant to give everyone an insight onto the year, what the future predictions are, where the markets are going. And it's meant to be a real kind of fountain of knowledge for anyone that wants to know more about the service apartment industry globally. But for that, what we need is data. So we go out and we ask property providers, property operators, property agents, buyers within the kind of industry, just to answer some survey questions so that we can get some up-to-date data each year. So the survey for property operators is on the screen there now. So if you are a property operator or property manager, please do jump on and give your answers, because the more we can get, the better the data is that we can share with everyone else, and we just get a clearer picture moving forward. So that's due out in September, the next GSET issue. So keep your eyes peeled if you want to download it on our website, which is ariosi.com. And there'll also be a launch event if, like myself, you like a bit of a gathering. It might be more of a party afterwards, but you'll still get invited, don't you worry.
Yeah, you put me off. Yeah, I was about to go then, and then yeah. So no, that's fantastic. Really, so much worthwhile work that you do there for the sector, and I've referred to GSAIR on many occasions for data, and like you say, really, so people can find it at that address, or simply Google GSAIR, I think, as well, and you'll find it, and just amazing data. So maybe I'll put that survey up there just once more whilst I just say something. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put the ORBIrelo web address up there. But before we finish, Joe, is any kind of message that you'd like to send the viewers? I suppose, particularly regarding how they how they become considered for listings on ORBIrelo. How do they start with that?
So we don't actually contract properties direct. They do go through the global booking agents. So if you're registered with the large ones, like SilverDoor, Oasis, etc., then you can chat to your account manager there just to make sure that you're getting ORBIrelo enquiries through if you're a property operator. If you're an RMC, give me a call. If you want your life easier, more cost-effective solution, then definitely give me a shout. But also, if you're a TMC and you're watching this, we are expanding into that market. So it would be great to kind of have an initial chat with anyone from that world as well.
Fantastic. So direct contact with yourselves would be from the RMCs or the TMCs, but for operators out there, then they should get listed with the service department booking agents, and in that process, ask them whether they are hooked into ORBIrelo. Is that right? Yeah, wonderful.
And just to give you a shout out there, Richard, if people want help getting listed with the agents. Is that not what you do?
Say that once more, Joe. If they want help getting listed with the agents.
Yeah, is that not you? Is that not what you do?
It's acoustically. Say that one again.
Is that not what you do at your consultancy?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do want to get listed with the agents, then I do help with onboarding. Joe's totally correct there. Yeah, I've been affected by the heat here, I think. Okay, that's Joe. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Yeah, I'll see. We'll see you shortly in a bar near here, I guess. So no, I'm joking. I shouldn't say those sort of things because I'm. But yeah, no. Thank you very much, and I'll catch up soon.
Thanks.